The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, everyone. I want to thank you so much for joining us for another one of our QuikStor University webinars. Today we're going to be going over a fun subject of how to get the best support from our tech support department. We'd really like to make sure that we are doing everything we can to get you the service you need and get your questions answered and certainly help you when you are having those frustrating times with whatever is going on. So we're going to go through a few things that we think will certainly help. As you saw, we're going to be going over a couple things here. We're going to be going through how to make sure your support issue is clear in an email to us, and then also a big part of that, some of the steps will be ways that can help us call you back faster. We're going to go over how you can be active in the support process by using the help functions in QuikStor Express. We're going to go through using the proper support form from our website. We have some new things that we're going to show you there. And lastly, we're going to show you how to find help videos that apply to you. And let me first say that, if you are not on a support plan with us, we'd love to talk with you about it. You can feel free to email us at sales@quikstor.com or support@quikstor.com asking for more information on it. We have a couple annual plans, $549 for the year for our voice support and $399 for the year for our internet and fax support. Both can help you in almost every situation you would have, and we also offer invoice support just on an hourly basis. So even if you don't want to be on a plan, we can help you out. So without waiting any longer, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the ways that we can make sure that your email to us when you do have an issue is very clear so that our support team can get back to you in a very clear way as well, and to make sure that we get your problem solved. So one of the things that we wanted to put together is a list of some of the things we'd like for you to send in your support email. Now, let me be clear that this doesn't have to be in this order. I'm going to show you guys some samples of some emails that we've gotten just this month of some great examples of getting this information to us. Of course, it's not going to be in this exact order, and it's going to come in many different forms. But if you can get us this information, we will have a much better shot of getting your issue resolved as quick as possible. We don't doubt that we'll be able to fix your issue regardless, but getting us the information we are requesting here that I'm going to show you on these two slides will certainly make the task shorter and better experience for everyone involved. So just going through this, some of this is going to be very, very basic and very, basically common sense, if you will, but we want to make sure that everyone knows exactly what we're asking for so that when they can even write this stuff down and keep it as a template or email us and we can send it to you. I'm actually just going to go ahead and send this list to everyone that's registered in this webinar today so you will have it. But going through real quickly, we're going to need the site name. We need to know which site this is under. If you have multiple in your chain, be sure to reference the location so that we can make sure we're calling the right place. Secondly, it's really important to have a contact name for whoever is going to be working with us on the issue, and along with that, a contact number or an email. I can't tell you how many times we get an email from some customer of ours, and there isn't a point of contact, and there isn't a real for sure way to reach them, or we call the site when they wanted us to call a cell phone or something. We know that you are busy. We know that you are walking around the property, and we can't always call you back within 60 seconds. But when we do call you back, we want to make sure we're calling you at the number you want to be reached at. So it's important for us to have the contact name and the contact number. Now, getting to the issue that you're having, we'd like for you to describe real brief exactly what is going on. And part of that is going to go through these next few steps. When did the issue start? Did it start when you ran overnights, when you went to go void a payment, when you ran a report? Tell us a little bit about how it happened. And that goes into what happened to make the change. So those kind of go hand in hand. But we also need to know a date. If this happened, if it started last week, we want to know that, and obviously how many days it's been going on. Now, the thing down here at the bottom, what or who does it affect? Some examples would be a unit number, a tenant name, or new tenants or non-tenants. There's a lot of ways that we can narrow down the possibilities of what's going on with what issue you're having based on who it's affecting. If it's only affecting one unit, that's a different scenario than if it's affecting all new tenants that are moving in, or if it's affecting non-tenant payments. That takes us down a different path for our support department. So the more we can narrow down based on your email, the faster response you will get and the faster resolution you will have on your issue. Now, we're going on to the second page here. If you do have an error message that pops up, what is it? If you can copy and paste, if you can take a screenshot of that message or just copy the wording down exactly, that can help us so much, especially the screenshots. That tells us a lot about what's going on. And so if you can include those are always going to be helpful. This next question of, has it happened before? Is this something that you've experienced and then went away? Is this something that happens every time you do X, whatever that might be? It's important for us to determine the scope of how this problem is affecting you. And then next, and this is another thing that varies greatly from site to site with the manager that's taking a look at the issue or experiencing it. What steps, if any, have been taken to correct the issue? A very common one that we start with is for you to restart the computer. If you're having a connectivity issue to the server, we want to make sure that you are rebooting the computer to make sure your internet connection there at your property is working as it should. So I mean, if you've already restarted the keypad or pulled the keypad into the office to test right there, or you've taken a camera off the wall and hooked it up directly to the DVR, these are things that we like to know so that when you're working with our support department, we're not going to tell you to do it again. And so again, we're just looking for as many ways as we can that can save you time in the process of when we're on the phone with you. And lastly, the version number that you are using. This can often tell us a great deal about the issue that you might be having. If it's an old version, we'd like to make sure you get updated to the new one. But we also know that there have been issues with past versions, and so we might know, oh, that was a version that we fixed with a new update, and then we'd like to just quickly get you updated, and that will fix your problem. So being sure to include all this information, and again, I'm gonna go back to, I'm going to send you guys this list so you guys can all have this as a template, and there's also a form on our website that we're going to get to in a few minutes where you can fill some of this information out. But again, site name and number to contact, and that's really important, especially if you have a district manager or someone that's traveling between sites. We want to make sure we get to the person that can help us. A description of the issue that's going to include when it started, what happened to make the change, who it affects, what the error message is, if there is one, and then has it happened before, any steps you've done, and lastly, the version of QSX that you are using. So what we did is we put together a few emails that have come from some of our customers, and just looking at the attendance list, I know that there's going to be a few people that might recognize some of the emails they've sent. Of course, we've removed the names and facilities to protect the innocent, but we certainly wanted to give some praise to the people that sent some of these in, because they were a very well-structured email that really helps us get an idea of what is going on so that we can get back to them and solve the problem quickly. Now, this one is certainly one of the more formal ones that we've received, so you can see up here it's going to say that it's from this storage facility up at the top and a number to reach them at, and it's going to give us a description of what the general problem is. Then it goes into a detailed description of exactly what happened. So they break down, they show the time frame. So this was a couple weeks ago or last month. And then it goes through and gives the details of what exactly happened. So, and then here at the end, it gives a unit number and a tenant, and then of course an amount, and then the question that they're looking to have answered. Now, this was a great example of one that included everything we needed. It had the description of when the issue took place, what the issue was, what they have done to try to correct this, and then of course the question at the end, trying to get what they need accomplished done with our help, and then of course letting us know who the person is. I've changed all the names, but this person is the manager at this storage facility. So this is one of the examples. We'll go ahead and take a look at a couple more. This is another one here. We need some investigation done by why a tenant of ours cannot access her unit online to make a payment. Goes on to describe the issue. Then in the second paragraph, it highlights the information that we need. It's going to tell us what facility this is. This actually happens to be a chain that has multiple, so they put the address to make sure that they're talking about the correct site. It's going to give us the name of the tenant in question and the unit numbers, and give us a little bit better description of exactly which of the two issues is having the problem. So, and then of course a phone number to reach them at, and then their name there at the end. So again, it's as I said before, it can come in more than a few forms, but the underlying factor here is that they're including the information we're requesting so that we can really get back to them as efficiently and with the most helpful information possible. Now, this is a short but good email, so it gives us a description of the issue. A new keypad will not load key codes. I pulled it out and brought it to the office. I have it on my workbench, so I'm not running back and forth. I've watched help videos and done all I can think of. Help, I'm stuck. Thank you, John, self-storage. Now, this is obviously this came from the site email address, so we knew how to contact them back, and it left us the person to contact. This does a couple of things here. It shows the new keypad that we sent them is indicated here, and obviously that would be in the case notes. But the fact that they've taken some steps to troubleshoot this already, been bringing the keypad into the office so that we can work directly with them on the issue, not have them running around out in the front, is part of being active in the sales process, okay? And then obviously here, watching the help videos and done everything that they can think of. Now, that just shows, and our techs love to see that, we all love to see that our customers are taking steps on their own to try to fix the issue. More than anything, we want you guys to be sufficient and in understanding the product that you have from us. We love to help when we can, but we also want to make sure that we're teaching you. And part of that is providing videos and ways for you to find information about the issues you're experiencing. And we're going to get to that in a few minutes, our new support center that has provided a lot of tools and ways for you to help yourself and not need to wait for us. We're certainly going to be here for you still. We're not changing anything about that, but we want to make it so that you can get the help you need quicker. So again, short and sweet version of an email that we got. Now, this is another email from a customer giving us a good breakdown of what exactly is going on with their keypad, giving an idea of that it's not affecting everyone. Obviously, people coming in and out, and the gate's working fine, but there is no activity in the software of people coming in. So sounds like a communication issue, but if we just get an email like we have in the past from and it just says manager, our keypad isn't working or our gate isn't working, that doesn't tell us everything that we need. But if you give us a description of the fact that the keypad is working for existing tenants, meaning that the gate is still opening, but then right here it talks about how a new tenant, the code would not upload. That is a communication issue, and we're certainly able to determine that just based on the email alone. So we already had a path when we called this customer, and we're able to jump right in and fix this within just a few minutes. And then, of course, giving us an idea of the fact that Joe is here on Monday, and then I'll be back on Tuesday. So we know the right person to reach on whichever day that we will be able to call them, hopefully Monday. So those were a couple of examples of the emails that we get from customers, of the type of email we'd like to see from more of you. And again, I'm going to go ahead and send out to all of you that have registered for this, I'm going to send you that list so you can keep it as a template for writing us emails in the future. And one thing that we always want to make sure we're doing, if you have an account representative with us, feel free to CC us on that email. We want to make sure that you're getting the support you need, and if you're having an issue and you're not getting a quick call back or they're not answering your question the way you need, we want to make sure that you're taken care of. And so please always feel free to CC your sales rep on your email to support. We're here to help. We want to make sure you get the information and help you need. So those were the sample emails. Now we're going to jump into finding help in QuikStor Express. Now, in that process, we're going to be showing you how to find help videos in Express. We're going to show you where to find the QSX manual. We're going to be going through how to get into the training mode, and then also how to contact support from QuikStor Express. So couple great things to learn here. So here you can see my QuikStor Express window. Now, yours probably doesn't look as red and delinquent as mine, just because mine is a demo database. I'm not in here making payments like you guys are, but the help functions are all the same. Now, if you are using the ribbon view, the modern view, if you will, of QuikStor Express, you have a help tab right here, and all of the information we're going to go over is on this tab. If you are using the classic style, we have a help drop-down, and that's going to have everything listed right here. So most people, I think, are using the modern style, so we'll jump over to that, and we'll stick with the help tab. Now, we put this help tab together so that everything would be in one place, and it's a really nice resource for you to just jump into if you ever do need something or need to search or contact us directly from the program. But first and foremost, I want to point out the two places where you can get the manual. There is a manual that should be downloaded on your computer already that can be accessed by simply clicking the QSX manual button. Now this will load the manual. You can scroll through it. You can do a search. One of my favorite things about using a digital manual is that you can do a search for whatever you want to. So you can pull up delinquency, or whatever question you have, you can do a search for it, and it will tell you the page numbers and where it can be found throughout the manual. Now, if you want to use the online manual, which is essentially the same thing, it will connect to the internet. Now, the nice thing about this, if you have an older version of the program and you're not sure, I mean, if it's been a couple years, now we update the manual, but we make the current version of the manual always available online. So you can click here to the online manual. It's going to confirm real quickly that you are connected to the internet, and then it's going to launch the same or the page that's going to allow you to get to all the manuals that we offer in QuikStor. So the Express manual, the keypad manual, the relay board manual, and the alarm installation manual. All those can be accessed from the manuals page here on our website. So both of those tools, we love to see more people using those on a regular basis. We love to answer questions for you, but a lot of times when people call in, it's something that they totally could have known. And we want to make sure that we are teaching you. We don't just want to hand you a fish. We want to teach you how to fish so that you can be self-sufficient and not need to rely on us in the future, so you can get your questions and just learn the program better and be a better operator at the end of the day. That's really what our goal is. So now another important tool that you have for learning the program, for those of you that are new to Express, or maybe those of you that want to play with features to try it out in the future, we have a training mode, and this training mode is available right here on the Help button, or the Help tab rather. But you click Training Mode, and then you select Switch to Training Mode. I'm not going to do it here, but it would go ahead and launch a separate database that you can mess up, you can credit, you can debit, you can run reports and goof everything up, you can try things out that you've been wanting to try, and then you can always come back after you close Express and reopen it to come back into the normal database. You can restore the training database to its default settings so that you can go back in and then do it again. But the beautiful thing is here that you can play with the program, learn all the ins and outs, and not worry about messing up any of your existing site data, because you'd be using a training database that isn't connected to anything, isn't going to send any payments or emails or anything like that, and you'll be able to do and try everything out that you've always wanted to. So that is a nice tool that we certainly suggest for new users and old users alike, just to make sure that they are covering and understand everything in the program. Now, last thing I want to show you here in QuikStor Express is how to contact us from the program. Now, over here on the left, there is a button that says Ask Technical Support a Question. Now, this is going to launch a great little interface that's going to allow you to send us an email. It's going to come to QuikStorSupport.com or support@QuikStor.com. Sorry, but this is a little more guided in that it's going to actually narrow down your question based on what the issue is. And so if it's just a how-to question, that's one category. If it's a gate hardware, then that's another. If there's a suggestion or a feature request that you like, or if you have a software error or problem that you'd like to let us know about, these will all have a different series of guided questions after this. which again just go towards narrowing down the issue so that we can get you the question, or we can get you the answer you need as quick as possible. So this part is pretty self-explanatory. It's going to ask you what your question is about. Obviously, it may be something different than what's listed here. That's why we have an other. But if we have a payment question, we want to make sure that you are clear on what things were added. Have you checked the manual? No, we haven't checked the manual. Okay, so then this is going to take us to the manual page where we can take a look at it. But if we were to click yes, then it's going to go ahead and send the email to support. That will be they'll go directly to support, so we can get a case open for you. Not sure why that's not loading, but it essentially would take you to this page that I already had open. So that's probably why it wasn't loading. But so that's how to send an email from QuikStor. That will get to us, and then if you have a support plan, of course, you will have a case opened immediately, and we can get on the phone with you to or send you an email back with an FAQ or some suggestions to make sure that you get your question answered. But that is the best way to take use of the tools that are in QuikStor Express to get you the support you need. So now, one of the things that we're really excited about is that we do have a new support website. We're calling it our Support Center, and it's a new tool that we've been working on to allow you guys better access to the materials that we've been generating over the last few years, and some neat search features to allow you to get that information quickly. So from our homepage, QuikStor.com, you can go to the support drop-down, and it's going to be right here under Support Center. And this is our new Support Center. Now you'll see that there is a big search bar which will allow you to search our knowledge base that we've been working on for a long time, and are going to continue to work on as we add more things to it. This is a work in progress. We have a lot of stuff in here, but please bear with us. If there is something you don't see, we are going to be adding everything to this knowledge base over the next period of time, and hopefully we'll have that completed in the not too distant future. But we do have a great start of a lot of information in here at your fingertips that you can just type a search for. Oh. Okay, so you have changing pay-to date for a new tenant, site property, site setup, elevator control. All these are things that have to do with new tenants on the move-in, as I typed in there. But whatever you type in, it will bring up the applicable entries so that you can pick which one. Now there is videos available for these. There's FAQs available for these, depending on what you search. But going back here to the support home, again, we have our knowledge base, which you can search using this bar, or you can go ahead and look through it in kind of a browsing form, so you can see different articles on the different topics we have. But there are a lot here for you to see, and so it would be a good idea to come and check some of this stuff out before you give us a call, just because the answer might be right there at your fingertips, and that's really what we're aiming for here. Okay, so going back to the support home, we have building a pretty good sized database of video helps, and one of the things that we've really gotten a good response of is the fact that people can go and watch videos, as we saw in that one support email example, that customer had already watched the videos. Now that didn't necessarily help them, but they went through and were able to get a little better understanding of what was going on just based on watching the help video. So we have a whole lot of videos in here. There's 50 on Express and others on keypads. We have about 20 here. So there's usually a video for what you need. But if there's something that you don't see there, we would love to hear from you about what you'd like to see. And as we help people with support cases, we try to learn if there's a common problem going on. We try to put out a video or some type of FAQ to head that off at the pass. We want to make sure that you are having the information made available to you in a nice, easy way. So the last thing I want to talk about, now we already talked about using the form in Express, but one thing that commonly happens from our customers is that we get a contact from our website that is not through the support form. So we have people that will fill out our webinar form or our sales request form or the download a demo form and then put in there a long description of their problem. But the issue is that that goes to our sales department. That doesn't go directly to our support department like what we have put in place here with our new QuikStor Support Center and also what's already in Express. And yes, it will get to the support department, but the bottom line is that there's an extra step involved, and it just takes away from the time that that you could be working with one of our technicians to get your issue fixed. So we want to make sure that you are not using the QuikStor webinars button here to sign up and send us an email on a webinar that you'd like on fixing that credit you have, or in the on the software demo side, clicking that and typing in all your information to let us know at the bottom that you're not interested in the demo. You want your issue fixed with your report feature, whatever it might be. Again, we want to make sure that you are using the proper form, and that proper form can be found if you go to support, contact support. Now this page is from our new support center, so it's going to have all the required information that we're going to ask of you, the right person to contact, the facility city, the facility name, the address and city here, and the best number to reach you on, what the general issue is regarding, and then please describe the issue. Now, you can also select the product so that it can narrow that down for us, but in the issue part here, we would like for you to include as much of the information that we have gone over today, again, because it really is just about giving you the best service you deserve. We, as you know from our awards, Best of Business and Customer Support 2 years in a row, we are really striving to make sure our customers are happy with the products they have, making sure that they work in every instance, and if it doesn't, we want to be there and available to help you. And these are all tools that will help us accomplish that and work together as a team going forward. So again, we've gone over some of the email requirements that we'd like for you to be sending to us. We've gone over the tools in QuikStor Express to make sure that you can either find the help there, get us the information we need to help you from the program, and lastly, we went over our QuikStor Support Center, which we're very proud of, and as we mentioned, it's going to be an ongoing thing. So we're going to be expanding this, but if there is something missing, feel free to send us an email. You can email support@quikstor.com, or you can even email sales@quikstor.com with a suggestion. We'd love to hear from you because we know that without you, we wouldn't be here today. So I certainly thank you for joining us today for the webinar, and I hope that you have learned a little something, even if you've been a longtime customer of ours. There's always ways that we can help you better, and we hope that this translates into faster support callback time, faster resolution time, and a more satisfactory experience for you as a QuikStor customer. We will have this webinar available online in a few days, but certainly feel free to email us with any questions at all. Take care and have a wonderful day today.